Adam is saying, hey, Aquila, would you be able to provide a service to find a willing entity that might be interested to perform astral surgery on you? Okay, interested in probably, yeah. Here's the thing about astral surgery. So you can do it yourself. You can do it intuitively, and more like when you lay down, on the bed, on the couch, when you sit down and you just get in this comfortable position and you look at yourself, and you can go with like imagination. You might not know some of the things that can be wrong with you. Like you feel somewhat fine and you can go with that, or you can have an issue. You can have like, well, when I try to close my eyes and imagine something, I don't see anything. Or I have a hard time remembering my past lives. Or I have this migraine or a headache or something else, and there's this issue, and how would you do the astral surgery? So I would go with like, first getting comfortable, breathing. It's just all about relaxing your body, a little bit at least, getting comfortable where it's just safe environment, where you're comfortable, where you're okay. And once you relax, you can close your eyes and imagine, and you don't necessarily have to see everything, but just the idea of you laying down and seeing yourself on a table. What would it be like? You see yourself on a table or on the couch, or however your own workshop would look like. You don't necessarily need to be in a like doctor's office and like, oh, look, a dentist chair or something else. Like, not necessarily like that. It would be a comfortable bed or something else. But you have your own workshop, meaning any tool you can imagine that can help you, whether it is a tool you have seen in real life that doctors or dentists or someone else has, or it's imaginary. Like, okay, I'm going to pick this like golden, I don't know, hand or something, or it's just going to be a glove, and I'm going to put it on, and now it's going to have this healing energy sucking out all the indies out of my body. Literally, anything you think of and imagine will be there. It is your own workshop, your own creativity. So whatever tool you can think of that will be there to help you out. You hear so many stories about things that can help you. Okay, golden shackles for entities. Oh, like the galactic vacuum to suck up something else, like agreements and stuff like that. Anything you can imagine will be there in your own workshop. So every possible tool is there, and anything you think of, you create. So all of a sudden that tool is there. And then as you see or think of yourself laying on a table, you walk closer to your body. And basically you would go with like, okay, so if I was to scan myself, where do I think the issue is? Well, recently in life, I've been feeling more exhausted. So I'm just going to go move my hand through the body and feel the tension. Here's a little practice even now. Like I'm going to be all over the place today, I guess. But as you sit down here with me, watching this video, and I hope you're comfortable, but like you're saying, Adam, I can't even visualize. That is okay, no worries. So if you are in a comfortable position where you're not working too much, where you're not driving, and you're okay to do this, think of this thing. You have your hands here together, and just think of creating this bubble, this energy in your hands, where you're gonna feel heat, which is gonna be warmth, right? So we want to create this energy ball. You don't have to see it, but you feel like it's getting warmer. And if it's hard to do this, start by, okay, I have hands, just rub them together. Rub them together. It's feeling good. Okay. Now here's like this. Hold it like this. And you will feel maybe little tingles. Maybe it's going to be just a little bit warm. Maybe you feel some kind of tension, like, oh, like it's kind of like, it's not this tight. It's actually bigger. Yeah, like this. This is better. But you feel this little pressure in your hands, and go with that. Go with the feeling state. You don't have to see anything. You don't have to visualize. But this heat, this warmth, what you need to think of, little bubble, right? So just this little circle, right? And think of your hand as if you're creating this bubble energy. You're directing your energy through your body to this one point, your hand, your palm, and this little ball, right? And so as you focus on it, you're just like trying to feel good. Think of good things. Think of the positive things, like, or don't think at all, whichever way is like better for you. But it's important part to direct better energy or good thoughts, so that when you're sitting here and you're thinking like, oh my God, I need to cover my bills, and I think my girl or guy is cheating on me or something else, it's not going to work. It's like these thoughts will be discouraging. These thoughts will like really get in the way and interrupt the flow. So it's not going to help. You need to focus on like that one time when you were in the shower and the warm water like really felt good. Like, oh, that's relaxing. That's nice. And I took a nap. Like, it doesn't have to be something majestic. You know, like some people don't have those experiences in life. So like make something simple. You ate a piece of chocolate and it felt really good. Lovely. You had a coffee. Amazing. Yeah, ki. Chi and prana and like all these ways we're going to call energy. It's just going to be heat, your life force, you know, like there's a lot of titles, right? But you literally start with creating this bubble or energy or the heat form in your hands and you feel it. But then as you have this feeling state, try like imagining what would it be like to have this ball energy move through your hand, going through here, staying in your chest, and going to the other hand, right? So you're gonna try moving this heat ball or just energy through your hands, but this is like a little practice. Or simply have your hands like this and you just feel the heat or the warmth or the energy. Great, this is the start. But this is the tool when you have your own body on the table, you're thinking of the actual surgery you're gonna perform on yourself, or even like, you know, you close your eyes, you simply consciousness shift, so you have your own physical body, you have another aspect of you coming closer to your physical body, or even like sitting like this, not doing anything, but imagining like, okay, you're gonna direct energy, you're gonna create this ball. But the thing we're gonna do with this is like, once you create this heat and you're feeling like warmth, you're feeling energy, like people will have different perceptions. There is no wrong way. There is no only one way. So I am talking about all these possibilities and possible labels because people will perceive this and understand this differently. I don't think there is a really good way to explain this, or at least I am not finding it myself. People will have this like different experiences and it's really hard to put it in words, but you know, just try it, like whatever you feel, right? So you scan your body on the astral table or wherever you're laying. And as you move your hand, this heat ball that you've just formed is kind of like your scanner. As you're moving, you might feel colder spots in your body, or it's like there's pressure or pushback, like you're moving, okay, this is your body, you're having your heat ball, you're going like, ooh, you just felt like your hand went like this, like why did that happen, right? So you might like, okay, take a note there, that might be a problematic place in your body. And as you explore your body, you're just scanning it, like all of these like colder places or pushback places or denser places will like give you an idea that this is a problematic place. And this is where you spend more time, simply like holding your hand over there and thinking, okay, I'm removing this energy. If you don't have visuals, this is fine. Simply having an idea, or even like having your hand on your body physically, just like, it's not magic. It's simply like feeling your body and you're going here. Oh, okay, my throat. Okay, it feels like something is here. And you're gonna spend like, you're not touching your throat, but you're having a bit close, right? So this energy ball will tell you like, okay, feels like pushback, colder energy. And you're just gonna direct like, okay, good thoughts. So whatever's here, this denser, darker place, pushback, whatever I'm feeling, I'm pulling this out. It's like this heat ball will, I'll like burn it. It's gonna suck it out of you. It's just gonna remove it. But you have this idea that this will work. Like simply, it's just an idea, right? We're just playing with it. But the magic happens. Like, oh, all of a sudden I feel better. Weird. Whatever. Coincidence? No. Who knows? And you're just gonna continue. So you're gonna scan your body, but all these little hints your body will give you. Colder place, denser place. You might get the visual that this is dark. You're literally, your hand is going to be like a razor. You're going to remove it. You're going to get it out of your system. And once you remove all of that, getting something back is really important, right? So that we don't leave any empty spaces. So simply imagining that, okay, this loving energy, healing energy, something that you want and like, this part will come within, like you're just imagining like a flow. Like think of sitting under a waterfall, think of like being showered with something, but it's good. You name it specifically what you want. the good energy, the healing energy. If you had like issues here with throat, it's like usually like self-expression. So maybe as you remove something that has made it hard and difficult for you to express yourself and talk about certain subjects and be your authentic self, now you're more like, okay, so I removed anything that was here and I'm allowing myself to express myself. I'm allowing myself to talk about these subjects. I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable and give myself a voice and name these issues and talk about these subjects. But you just have this, like you just imagine it. It's just an energy. It's a thought. It's an emotion. It's an like anything, you name it. And you allow it to enter that space. And now it's like, okay, so whatever negative or like whatever that was in the way that you removed, now you put something positive in it, and that's it. That's the astral surgery. But then that's just one way. There are lots of variations. Pick a tool. Oh, you think you might have astral implant in your head, and now some entities are blocking information? You think you have your chakra blocked and closed? Any tool, like, okay, I'm just gonna take this drill and like, and you just go it in your head and you like remove that stuff and you clear it up, you put some goo in there, okay, that'll work. Like whatever you imagine, you just play with it. It's just thoughts, right? But for some reason it works. And that's the magic. Like if you believe in it, allow yourself this possibility to just fool around and explore. Fool around and see what happens. Because all the answers are within you. All of these things, like whatever I'm sharing, it's all within you. Whatever you ask, you already have the answer here. It's just that we need to explore and we need to voice it. For me, it has worked. I wouldn't say all the time on all the issues, but like a lot of the energetic work, a lot of little thingies with astral implants, or, like some people feel like there's this like tension on their shoulders and they're super exhausted. We can look in the physical way of, our muscles and fascia and how we're like using our physical body and stuff like that. But it's not necessarily just that. Some people will literally have this massive entity clinging on them, on their shoulders, hanging on to them like that. And you're like, okay, astral surgery. Oh, there's this, I feel this heaviness. Like you might not see things, and that's fine, but you might feel it. Like you come to your body, you just have your like hands closed and you feel like there seems to be heaviness over here on your shoulders. It's just like, it's almost as if you can touch it and feel it. So what if, okay, well, how big and wide is it? Okay, it's here, like this big. And you just imagine picking it up and throwing it into the trash can or whatever, like just get rid of it. But you allow yourself to play with that idea. What can you feel? How does it look like? What does it feel like? Can you see that stuff? If you see that, amazing. If you don't worry about it. Just explore feeling states. You might not even feel, you might not even see, you might not hear, you might not smell. That is fine. You might have knowingness. Just like, I just feel like there's something on my shoulders. Like, I just know there's something there. Go with it. Your consciousness is giving you all the answers. You just need to listen to it. So just like possibility to just sit down, daydream and think about stuff and just imagine our body and just explore. What kind of feeling states are you getting? What kind of emotions are you getting? Focus on that. Play with it. Experiment. Because all of these things I'm talking about, I have not read about it that much. But I know each and every one of us can do it because it's just us exploring. Like, same way with massages. Like, there are written techniques on how to do stuff. Yay, it works for some of us. But if you have enough practice and you just allow yourself to play around, like, what if I do this? What if I do that? That feels better. I like it. And the person feels better too. That works. So you just like allow yourself this opportunity to explore, to play around, and maybe you'll find the answer, something that works for you. And that's the most important part. Whether like that later part, is this real? Am I just making this stuff up? What the hell is going on? It does not matter. If you get results, it does not matter. No, that's the most important part. You play around, you fool around, but hey, something happened. I feel better. Good. That's all you need. Real or not does not matter. Did that work or not? Does not matter. You felt results. You felt better. Go with it. Allow that thing to be. So there's that. If we would talk about astral surgery, I would say you can do it on yourself. But Adam, you've also asked, can we find an entity or another being that would be interested in providing this kind of service? With that, I would say, if you know anyone from your soul family group that you have been with and have a really good connection with before you came here on Earth, or your other aspects as over there with them, if you have contact with them, and definitely like a lot of us do have contact, we just need to be able to receive that stuff. Because like a lot of groups like Pleiadians and Lyrans and Trucians and others will talk to us, they will communicate with us, they will try to give us signs, but if we're not able to read it, well, yeah, there's that. So like I think it's really important for us to choose or think of ways like, okay, how am I going to interpret it? Like if I'm going to read a book and there's going to be this line and it's just like a line, but I feel some importance. So like maybe I felt the need to read the book and see that line because someone from up there, someone like from our like soul family or, you know, past life beings, you know, they're giving us a message, and this is exactly what I needed to see. So like there are like a lot of variations with how to go with it, but choosing how you will receive information and being able to interpret it is very important. So finding a being that will perform astral surgery on you, it's best to find someone that you've been in contact with, that you have a good connection with. Because like I wouldn't be with, hey, is there a being that would like to perform astral surgery with me? Like, no, you might get beings that will do that for you, but it might not necessarily help you. They will do the astral surgery, but on what terms? What are they going to do exactly? Are they going to help or not? And so we have to be very specific with who we talk to and whose help are we asking and what are they going to do to us. And I think like having someone that we have known in past, that we have worked with, that we have trust in, these beings would definitely help us out. And that's where, again, having consciousness shifting, you literally close your eyes or have it open, whichever way is comfortable for you, but you imagine a place that is secure. It's going to be your own safe heaven, right? And then you make sure that you put rules out there. No one can enter this place. It's out of duality. It's out of matrix. There's no archons, no reptilians, no you list out beings who can enter there or not. And then only that being with this essence, and you feel like person, a being that you might have known in your past, that you have a really good connection with, and when you're with them, you feel super safe, you're excited, you're healing, you're comfortable, you're yourself, you can express yourself. You just think of like this essence the being will have that you're going to meet. It's going to be your best friend or someone else. But only that being with that essence that you feel and describe will be able to enter that realm that you create. And after that, you might like, okay, so the being that I have just described, please come to this location, come to see me. You give an invitation and that being will show up. You might feel their energy. That being might show up right in front of you. Great. And from that moment, you can like communicate like, hey, look, I have issues with my physical body. Some of the things I'm aware of, some of the things I'm not. Could you please perform astral surgery on me and help me out on these issues? So you literally now have created a safe place. You have a being that you know, you have a being that you trust in, and that's going to be a being that's going to help you out. So that would be a way to go about it, possible way. But yeah, you know, like that's one way to do it. There's a lot of ways to approach this. A lot of ways. It's just one out of many. So, you know, again, feel free to explore. Probably tons of techniques to do this as well. So there's that.